Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be how to overcome low mood disorder. Got an email here from a guy. He's shy and he says he suffers from low mood disorder. He says, I'm someone who has the worst shyness known to man. I have low mood disorder. How can you help me? Because I've been trying to get over this all of my life and I don't have much faith. Why do you care so much for someone other than yourself? Because I love helping people. It's just fucking what I do, dude. So I really enjoy it. And it's amazing to me that I can take my life experiences and the tools and the techniques and the strategies that I've learned from some of the most amazing, successful people in the world, apply them in my own life, get the results, and also teach this stuff to people that are on the other side of the planet, all through video and articles on my website or my book. It's incredibly fulfilling. It's the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life. And so for you, someone who is shy, the way I look at social skills and learning to make friends or make dates, it's simply a learned behavior. And so whatever your background is, it really doesn't fucking matter. The point being is, like I say all the time, repetition's the mother of skill. And so if you want to overcome your shyness, you have to do what scares you the most, which is obviously talking to other people, interacting with other people, interacting with women, etc. And I did a video, 6-8 months ago called Improving Your Social Skills. So I encourage you, that would be the first place, if I were you and you want to get this part of your life handled once and for all. The video I did called Improving Your Social Skills, you can just simply go and Google it and it will come up. Watch the video, go to the mall, and do exactly what it says to do. Because when you apply the things that I teach, and there's this old saying that people say all the time, knowledge is power, knowledge is power. Well, that's bullshit. Knowledge is only potential power. Knowledge only becomes power when you actually apply it. You must participate in your own rescue. If you want your life to become better, I can't do it for you. Your mommy can't do it for you. Your daddy can't do it for you. Your friends, the people that you know, they can't do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Like I say, you've got to participate in your own rescue. So you go to the mall and you practice the skills, and what's going to happen is when you start applying the things that I teach in these video newsletters and the articles on my website and what I talk about in my book, you'll see that this fucking Corey guy really knows what the hell he's talking about, and this shit actually works. I mean, I'm doing 25, 30 videos a week from guys that are in all different aspects. Some guys need help with their life. Some guys need help picking up chicks. Some guys need help with their relationships. And they're all different scenarios of various levels of success. Some guys are doing really great. Some guys are just starting out. Some guys have women that are all over them, and they're totally clueless that these women are after them, and they don't know when to make the move. And so it exposes you to a lot of different scenarios. And after you watch one of those and you listen to the things that I'm talking about that these guys are going through, and then you get to know the knowledge that's in my book and when I talk about my videos and you start applying it, all the light bulbs start going off in your head, and you start going, oh, I can really see that shit now. Because what is you say you're shy, and so in other words, you probably feel like, oh, I lack confidence. I don't feel like I can talk to anybody. Well, what is confidence? Confidence is simply doing something that you know how to do and doing it really, 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 really well, to the point where you really don't have to think about it. Just like when I look in the camera now, and I may have, these emails that I read, I may have glanced over it once or twice so I get the main theme, but it's like as soon as I start reading through it, I pick up on the guy's limiting beliefs. I pick up on the things that are holding him back or her back if it's a woman. And I can analyze and diagnose the situation just from what they are telling me that they're doing, what the other person in the interaction is doing, and what they're both saying. I can read between the lines and tell exactly what's going on and what they need to do to take corrective action. I don't have to think about it anymore. Why? Because I've been doing this shit for so many years. I mean, I've been in the personal growth, self-help business. I started out just helping myself because I wanted to improve myself. I wanted to grow my business. I wanted to maximize my revenues and my profits. I wanted to learn how to become a better leader. And plus, I wanted to overcome all the shortcomings and the baggage and the shit that I took out of my fucked up childhood that I had in my fucked up family. And if I can apply these things and overcome it and get the results, pretty much anybody else can. And the reason it just rolls off the tongue and it's so natural for me is just because I've done it so much. I mean, I've literally been teaching and helping guys in this area of their life for, 12, 14 years now. And it started out as just a hobby, because as I was learning this stuff, I was teaching it to my friends, because most of them were just as fucked up as I was, and were just as inept in their success. Maybe they were dating women and hooking up, but they weren't really dating the kind of women that they really wanted. And so it started as a hobby, and the more I did it, the more I got into it, the more exciting it became, and eventually I gravitated to be doing this full time. And that's, like I said, repetition's the mother of skill. Developing good social skills to the point where you can walk up to a woman on the street or in the mall or in the grocery store or standing in the checkout line at Starbucks or whatever it happens to be, and you just start up a conversation instead of date on the spot, and that's learned behavior. They don't teach you that in elementary school. They don't teach you that in middle school. They don't teach you that in high school. That's the kind of thing that you just really kind of figure out on your own. And every guy is different, but depending on what your background is, you're either starting out way ahead of the game. I mean, if you grew up in a loving family, which is not what I grew up in, but if you grew up in a perfect family, and mom and dad loved each other, and they made you feel good, they made you feel loved, they made you know that they were proud of you, and they supported you, it'd be pretty easy to make friends and get to know people, because your parents your whole life been telling you what a great, awesome person you are and how awesome and successful you're going to be when you grow up, and here's why. And so they make you believe in it, and they encourage you to go in that direction. Well, if you're starting out like where I was, which is I basically thought I was a big piece of shit, because the only time my parents paid any attention to me was when they were yelling at me or punishing me, and other than that, they just pretty much ignored myself and my brother like we were a couple of dogs running around the house, or like we were roommates, basically. I say that. I guess that's the best way I can describe what my childhood was like, as I grew up with a couple of roommates. I didn't grow up with parents. And I got yelled at, slapped around, beat up, got the belt, got thrown across the room, thrown up against the wall when I was a little kid, because it's just the way my dad was. He's fucked up. What can I say? But I overcame those things because I didn't let my background, I didn't let my story, which is like you talk about. I have shyness and mood disorder. A lot of people, they latch onto those things, or a label that somebody gives them, and they think, oh, this is who I am. Why don't you have a girlfriend? Oh, I got mood disorder. Or, I'm really shy. Or my left leg is shorter than the other. Or like whatever the excuse happened to be. Or I'm a diabetic. Or I can't eat this. Or I can't eat that. I can't do that. I can't exercise. My shoulder, my leg, my meniscus, my tennis elbow. Or I'm not that smart. I don't have enough money in the bank. That's usually what happens. People start telling you all of their excuses and why they can't do anything. And like I said, you got to participate in your own rescue. The past does not equal the future. What you did in the past, it doesn't matter if you were totally the most unsuccessful person in the whole world with women up until the moment you watch this video. The only thing that fucking matters is what you do right now, today, going forward. If you want to help yourself and you want to get better, you got to start practicing. You got to go to the mall. You got to start talking to people. And if you follow what I talk about in the video that I did, Improving Your Social Skills, which is on YouTube, go to the mall, practice once a week for an hour, or go Saturday for an hour and Sunday for an hour. Go to 2 different malls. It doesn't fucking matter. There's thousands of people there. And when you start practicing the things I talk about in that video, you realize, wow, it really is not a big deal, and people are actually pretty friendly, and they're more than happy to strike up a conversation with a total stranger. Men, women, old people, hot chicks, ugly chicks, fat chicks, short chicks, it doesn't fucking matter. People are people, and it's really simple to strike up a conversation and start those things, but it only happens when you actually practice it. Like I said, knowledge is potential power. And as far as your mood disorder, I did an article a while back called Rediscovered, the Fountain of Youth, and I would encourage you to get together with your doctor or your healthcare professional, read Dr. Robert O. Young's book, The pH Miracle, get yourself a juicer, and start eating healthy foods, because here's an interesting thing. Your body's like a big battery, basically. And so if you've got like no energy and you're fucking tired all the time, it's pretty hard to go up to a girl when you're like, hey, it's nice to talk to you, or like you're fucking half asleep or whatever it happens to be. But if you're eating low energy foods, let me give you an example. A piece of hamburger meat has an electrical charge of 3 megahertz. An avocado, a raw avocado, has an electrical charge of 90 megahertz. A cancer tumor has an electrical charge, I think it's like 33 megahertz. And so think about it. Most people are eating French fries and burgers and steaks and a lot of basically dead food that has low energy. And so when you're putting the stuff in your body, it actually takes more energy away from your body to digest it. I think there's only like like apples and celery are like the only food that actually takes less calories to digest it. There are actually more calories, let me think, it takes more calories to digest it than there actually are in it. So it's actually, what it leaves you with is when your body digests it, it leaves you with more energy, whereas opposed to, I mean, think about it. If you're eating raw, healthy foods, you're getting plenty of green vegetables and salads and green things in your diet, you're going to be a lot healthier. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to enable your body to start pissing out and shitting out and sweating out all the toxins and preservatives and crap that have been in your food that you've been eating for your whole life. So you eat better quality foods that are high energy. I mean, think about it. If you're drinking green vegetable juice and you're eating more salads and 70 to 80% of what you eat is alkaline type foods, like what Dr. Young talks about in his book. Again, Google Corey Wayne, Rediscovered, The Fountain of Youth is an article that I wrote, and I detail this stuff. If you just follow, like I said, get together with your doctor or your healthcare professional, start working out, start doing cardio, exercise, start working out with weights, just like I talk about. And I've written plenty of articles on health, and start applying this stuff. You will feel better. You will have more energy. You will need less sleep. And especially if you can afford it, also go and get some network chiropractic adjustments from an NSA doctor, which stands for Network Spinal Analysis. You can go, like I said, go to my website, and I have links to other health articles that you can follow and get into stuff, because it is absolutely life-changing. And so if you get the right foods in your body, you get your structure aligned, you exercise properly, because your cells need oxygen, they need the proper nutrients, and the ability to eliminate waste. And if you do all of those things, you're going to feel 1,000 times better than you do right now, just simply by exercising and eating the right type of foods. Because there's a myth in society, especially perpetuated by the pharmaceutical companies, when diet and exercise aren't enough. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit by people that are trying to sell a medication to you. They don't know jack shit about fucking health. They know about mixing things up and sticking it, pumping rats full of these things and seeing what works. Just like fucking chemotherapy came from nuclear weapons. They had all this toxic waste, and they're like, gee, what can we do with this? Oh, let's inject people with it. Maybe it'll cure cancer. But you know that 75% of the doctors who actually prescribe chemotherapy, when they're surveyed, 75 fucking percent of them go, I would just rather die than inject myself with that stuff. That is something to think about. So quit making excuses. Quit using your story that you're shy or that you have mood disorder or you don't have much faith. I really don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you were a total failure up until this moment. The only thing that matters is what you do from this moment going forward. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, there's a link that will take you right to the download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, on the right-hand side, there's a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, you can show your appreciation by going to my website, and on the Wibia toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.